Hello there, I'm Sherry Simpson. I am currently in Victoria, British Columbia, doing some house sitting for another month or so. I am doing some live tarot readings on Thursdays at Spirited Gifts in Langford, British Columbia. And I'm also doing some workshops there that are live on Saturdays and Sundays. So today is Tuesday Tarot, and I wanted to share the guidance from the cards that you chose. So if you chose card 1, card 2, or card 3, then your guidance is coming up. If you haven't, then right now as you're starting, choose card 1, card 2, or card 3. Hi Tony, good to see you. So if you did choose the number 1 card, or if number 1 is like, yes, I want the number 1 card, then this is the wisdom. The wisdom is about the lead card in reverse. And when I see this card, it doesn't necessarily mean don't be the leader. But what I get from this being in reverse and it being a 4 card is normally a number 4 is a very strong, very masculine, very active place. And I get the sense that it's not that you shouldn't be that way, but you need to be able to find a balance between leading from your heart, leading from your head, and leading based on your intuition. And so I get the sense that you're not supposed to be a leader, but you're meant to lead more in alignment with what it is that you want, with a place of nurturing, a place of giving and receiving, a balance between those things, because the 4 is the heart chakra area, and the 4 is about connecting in your spiritual guidance and your thoughts and beliefs and wisdom from above as well as from below. And so allowing the information that is, hey Jason, allowing the information that is coming in from the people around you to also be part of your leadership and your guidance. And then on the right side of the body is the masculine side, and that's our doing and our giving and our logical side. And then on the left side, that was the right side of the body, I don't know if I said that correctly. On the left side of the body is your feminine side, and it's more the moon side, it's more the nurturing side, it's more about receiving. And hi Barbara. And so when it comes to me seeing this card in the number 1 position, I don't get the sense that you're not supposed to lead, but I get the sense that you're meant to lead from a place. Hi Louisa, this is the number 1 card. So leading from a place of connecting your head and your heart, from connecting your masculine and feminine side. And this gentleman is definitely surrounded by the sun. So he's acting on his heart, and he's acting on what lights him up, but he's also wearing a lot of orange, and the orange color is the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra of course is the pelvis where we build babies as women. And you also build businesses, you also build communities, you build birdhouses and things from that creative space. So I want you to think about moving forward from a place of leadership and a place of building what it is that you desire to create, but don't do it strictly from that active, logical, masculine place. You also want to do it from the feminine place, from the nurturing place, from the heart-centered place, and that's what I got for the guidance of the number 1 card if you chose number 1 today. The number 2 card came in, which is kind of similar actually, but it's a sort of the opposite message. And this one is about opening up. So if you chose the number 2 card, I get the sense that you are supposed to act, because it's also a number 4, but you're supposed to act from your intuition, which is this beautiful color here. It's the intuition and opening up to a connectedness to all things and all people. And it's a connectedness to your heart-centeredness and to nurturing yourself, which is what all that pink self-love color is. And then the way that she is interacting here is definitely a connection with the masculine and feminine. And then, of course, what I just talked about in the other card was the sacral area, and that's that pelvis. That's your creativity. It's where you birth things, not just humans, but literally birthing the things you want to create. Birthing ideas, birthing communities, birthing actual things like creating birdhouses and organizing things and birthing things for your highest and greatest good, but also your passions and your purpose. So open up to the idea that you already know what it is that you're supposed to birth, what you're supposed to create. Open it up to the idea that you can be self-loving and birth new ideas, that you can create from this place of knowing what it is that you want to create. And if you look at the pattern here, it has this sense of connecting in the masculine and feminine. Hi, Megan. And also connecting in, it's almost like little infinity patterns. And so the 8 is about abundance. It's about limitlessness. And so open up to the fact that you have all the ideas and the clarity within you already, and that you're going to join your masculine and your feminine, and you're going to join your human side, and you're going to join your spiritual side together in order to birth the ideas. And if you have been in that place of, I don't know what I want, I feel lost, I don't have any clarity, then the universe is going to bring you back more not clarity. So you really want to step into a place of, I can hear my guidance, I know what I want to build. And the message I'm also getting from this is, if you don't know, then use the contrast, the clarity through contrast process. And the clarity through contrast process is, on the left side of a piece of paper, you write down contrast at the top, and you write down all of the things in life that you don't necessarily like right now, that you're experiencing within you or around you. And then you draw a line there, and on the right side of the piece of paper, you write clarity. And then what you do is go to each item that you wrote on the contrast list. You're going to cross each one out because it's not what you want. So you're telling the universe, nope, I don't want this. And you're going to write something that is related and better, that feels better for you, not for the rest of the planet, because what you're creating is for your highest and greatest good, and it will be for the highest and greatest good of all. But it needs to be surrounded about you and your gifts and your intuition and your self-love. And then you're going to write those items as you cross them out. On the left, you're going to write the new item of clarity on the right. And then a day or two will go by, and you'll take this list on the clarity side, and you're going to move it to the contrast side. And as that is on the contrast side, you're going to do the same thing again, crossing out what it was that you wanted, and see if you can call in the and better. And that's going to help you tap into, what do I really want? What do I want to create? What do I want to build? How do I tap into my intuition and guidance? And it's going to allow you, this is the number 2 card, it's going to allow you to do that from a place of, what is for my highest and greatest good. Hi, how are you doing, Alyssa? The number 1 card came in as leading, and it was in reverse. So for me, it's not leading from that masculine perspective, but leading from the feminine. And we're now just going through the clarity through contrast, according to you. If you pick the number 2 card, connecting your intuition with what it is that you want to create for self-love and self-care, and being limitless and being unlimited in what it is that you think you have and the potential that you can create something. Many of us have this like glass ceiling that is over top that we keep bumping into, that we don't think that we can open up to allowing more in. When you create from your place of creativity and intuition and self-love, you create so much abundance. That just made the hair on my arm stand up. So making sure that you're allowing yourself to call in what is for your greatest and highest good. And if that's not happening, allow yourself to go through that contrast and clarity list. So you're getting clarity based on your contrast. You're telling the universe by striking out the items in your contrast list, this is not what I want. And you're creating more clarity by writing on the right side of the piece of paper, this is what I'd want, this is the and better, this is what I want to call in. And then you can replace that list and move the clarity to the contrast side over and over and over again until you get more clear on what it is you want. If you chose the number 3 card today, moving on, but in reverse. So that means you might not be ready to actually move on or move away from some decision or some choice or some job or something else. But what you do want to do, if you heard about the number 2 card, is call in more clarity. Call in what it is that you desire. Call it in from a place of, what I have within me I can create outside of me. So the interesting thing about this card is that it is an 8 card, so it is about infinity. And infinity is also about being limitless, being infinite, allowing yourself to tap into what makes you feel abundant, what makes you feel whole and complete and well, what feels really good to you, and start doing more of those things. So it doesn't necessarily mean leave the job or leave the partnership or leave the relationship or leave something. It doesn't sound or feel like, if you got the number 3 guidance, that you're ready for that. But I get the sense that you're ready to move on from feeling like you're limited, by feeling like you don't have guidance or wisdom. And this gentleman is walking on a beach, and the interesting thing about this card is the water is going to literally wash away his footprints. And what that makes me think when I see this card is about you connecting in to the things that you're paying attention to, and focusing on creating movement in the places that really matter for you. Because if you're focusing on things that don't matter, if you're focusing on things around other people and not yourself, then the water is going to come and wash away those footsteps anyway, because it's not from your purpose place. It's not from your passion place. It's not from your place of feeling limitless and abundant and infinite. So you want to really pay attention to what it is that you're moving on, as in creating action in, and what you're moving away from. But take your time to tap in. So this one is the number 2 card. Take your time to tap into your own intuition, to create what it is that you want to create, that creates self-love and abundance for you. And if you got the number 1 card, it was the lead card in reverse. So prevent yourself, if you can, from leading only from a place of being masculine and taking action, and allow yourself to call in the wisdom of the female energy, the wisdom of leading from a place of nourishing self. Nourishing self is going to allow you to step into a place of how do I nourish others? And that's going to feel so much better than if you're actually in that pushing, pulling, everything has to be tough, I'm trying really hard kind of place. So the number 1 card was lead in reverse. The number 2 card was open up to your intuition, open up to self-love, open up to creating what it is that you desire from a place of being limitless. And the number 3 card was moving on in reverse. And the moving on in reverse card literally makes me think that don't give up, but focus on the things that really matter to you, and let nature take its course with the things that aren't yours to worry about, that aren't yours to react to, that aren't yours to deal with, and focus on what is really true to your heart. And then you'll probably be more in a place of actually deciding to move on when you're ready. So I'm hoping that was helpful. You're welcome, Megan. So have a beautiful day wherever you are. Remember, if you ever want a personal reading, I do offer those. So you're welcome to check my website, which is yltcoaching.com. On Mondays, I've been doing mudras. So I have a deck that is just of mudras. I'll show you the case of it right here. So those are hand positions that allow you to tap into flowing energy differently in your body. So I usually do those on Mondays. If you're just catching this, you can check for yesterday's video. And I'm doing this because it's probably somewhere down in my feed. You're welcome, Louisa. And the mudras are literally about connection and shifting. And then on Tuesdays, I've been doing these Tuesday tarots. And so I do other posts throughout the week. But if there's any guidance or wisdom that you're interested in hearing about, then let me know, because I always have some cool stuff that I'm interested in sharing. So let me know how I can serve you. Namaste. Have a beautiful evening or day wherever you are.